Alright. Welcome to the Indie Corner After Dark. We're going to only talk about all things independent comics, but everything comic books and pop culture. I'm Mikey.
I'm Seamus.
I'm Storm.
And today, people, we're back at again another episode of the Indie Corner After Dark, which is kind of living up to the name because it is very after dark at this point because we never really start this late. But
yes, sir.
Yeah, but we're back at again another episode 22 of the Indie Corner After Dark podcast. And today we want to switch it up because obviously people know this is a comic book channel. We talk about comic books and everything related to comic books. But you know what? I started saying fuck it, like because we're also movie fans as well. Some of us are dedicated cinephiles and all that. So I figured why not? Let's just tell you an episode where we talk about the Oscars last night and give our overall thoughts on the show, the nominees, what we thought should have won, the overall winners. It's gonna be a nice little kind of like after dark Oscar wrap up. So yeah, thank you Seamus and Storm for joining me today because I know this was kind of very last minute because I kind of caught this out of top that came out top of my head like earlier today. I was like, this would be fun.
Yeah,
so, yeah, thanks for joining me.
I'm always down to talk about fucking movies all the time. I got my AMC A-list card in my wallet. I see 3 movies every goddamn week.
Show it off. Show it off. Come on, man. Show it off. You can't just spot.
I can't
that
run
shit
downstairs. I'm not gonna run downstairs and get it and be like, look, here's my card. Look, guys, I'm a member.
But yeah, people. So the 96th Academy Awards happened last night around 7:00 EST, I believe, and yeah, it was it was interesting. It was a very hyped up show because I thought that last year was a pretty good year for movies. A lot of hype, especially with the whole Barbenheimer thing and the fact that strikes happened last year and lasted a lot longer than expected. So this is kind of like a weird, kind of deal where it's like, oh yeah, like we had these like major like strikes that kind of like in a way kind of changed the industry a little bit. And so now we're just gonna actually like, see what's the aftermath after that. I thought that was interesting. And yeah. Overall, I thought it was a good show. I really like this Oscars a lot.
Yeah, I think that is entirely due to the fact that last year was one of the most stacked years for movies ever, I think. And I think the strikes were honestly kind of a blessing, not only for the SAG winning and kind of getting a lot of concessions, which is very good, of course, but also because kind of delayed some movies that might have gotten shut out from getting nominated. Everyone, including myself, are all raving about how great Dune 2 is. And how incredible it is and everything. Dune 2 was supposed to drop in October. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That was supposed to be last fall, right around when Killers of the Flower Moon dropped. And I'm like, I couldn't imagine that also squeezing in alongside the Oscars, because then I think it would have kicked out some stuff that got deserved. Because even with the amount of nominations that we already had prior to the strike, some movies I enjoyed got pushed out as well. I think Past Life got shafted a little bit in terms of nominations, but I think that, of course, this year's ceremony was going to be great purely because of the caliber of movies that they were celebrating from the past year.
Yeah, but Storm, what do you think of the Oscars? As you thought it was all right? Did you enjoy it? Did you not?
The Oscars changed the I wish they would just change the what's his name, Jimmy Kimmel, out of it already.
Dude, every year it's like someone
No, this year was so bad only because of how hard he went on RDJ for no reason.
My issue is that his entire bit of jokes is he just hates movies. He has a whole bit every year about how he's like, your movies are too long. They're 3 hours. Isn't that a lot? And I'm like,
no, because people go to see those movies.
Yes.
Jimmy Kimmel, if you say one more thing about long movies, I'm shooting you. You're getting killed. I just don't fucking that. And I was watching clips of fucking God bless him. I don't really care for Billy Crystal in movies, but Billy Crystal as an Oscar host, unfucking touchable. All of his bits are you can tell the fucker loves movies because he'll just come out dressed as Hannibal Lecter and start just and you're like, yeah. Or someone fucking, I don't know, get fucking Hugh Jackman to do it. My man will just sing for the entire duration and be like, "Oh, I love musicals. Isn't this great?" You know what I mean?
Bro, give me Al Pacino. He was literally, he did the best like introduction.
Dude, we're gonna get to that Al Pacino reading because that was insane. But
that was so
okay,
funny.
but that was funny,
I think that John Mulaney's presenting bit, hopefully was a great audition to host, because I think he should do it. Because just
I missed his, but I watched it on Twitter, and I would love if he hosted.
Yeah, that section. My man's talking about how much he loves Field of Dreams, and I'm like, this guy already loves movies way more than Jimmy Kimmel's fucking like. This movie was a little long. Like when he was ripping on Killers of the Flower Moon, I was like, hey, dude, real people kind of got murdered horrifically in that movie. Like those are real dudes. I don't know if you want to joke about that, but you're lost.
Yeah, I was partially part of my slide, but yeah, I'm me personally, I'm not really a fan of Jimmy Kimmel. Like I don't really find him funny to begin with. Like I don't really like that much of his show anyway. So like the fact that this was like his third time hosting in a row.
No, it's his fourth.
Oh, it's his fourth.
It's his fourth.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, the Academy couldn't find anybody else that like.
Oh, they could. They just are too lazy.
There's tons of people that would want the opportunity
like,
to host.
You know what? If the Academy were smart, they would get Will Smith to host and not have him tell a single joke, and and just have Will Smith up there looking wildly uncomfortable for every bit he has. He's like, and the next film is gonna be. We're presenting best supporting actor.
It's like the Academy put like a red dot sign on his forehead the entire time. Like,
yeah.
Did you guys
even have fucking John Cena do it? John Cena would even do better. At least my man knows how to like be funny more than Jimmy Kimmel does.
Did you see Will Smith try to get his like ban appealed because he wanted to watch I'm Just Ken?
Oh, dude.
I haven't, but I would believe it.
I would. I believe it. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll just get right into like the first topic. But yeah, we're kind of already dipping into that.
If
you
show me a picture of Jimmy Kimmel, I'm gonna get so mad.
I swear to God.
I mean, I could skip over it, but like, I do want to.
I'd rather not see his face.
All right, fine. I'll just do that then. We'll
I mean, you can talk about it still, just don't show it.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk about it. That's still the plan, Storm. Thank you. But like, it's just. Jimmy Kimmel, I didn't really like him. I haven't liked him the past like 4 Oscars anyway. But I thought this year like he was a little bit more bearable for me. But granted, I didn't watch the whole thing because I had my pops messing with the internet last night, so I couldn't watch the whole thing. But but from what I saw, like he was a lot more bearable than his previous years. But I do think Thor might agree that his hit on RDJ a little unnecessary. Yeah, it was just like I want this to be his last, and it felt like he was giving his last one. I really hope that it.
I'm praying they get anyone, literally get anyone who like cares about movies to come in and host it instead. So that way
we just need someone for next year, someone with charisma, with a passion and an actual love for the art form. Because that's all you really need just to be a good Oscar host, in my opinion. Just be charismatic, you can be funny, but also like actually care about what you're talking about, which is the movies, the films. I would get.
Here, my shouts for Oscar hosts are Bill Hader would never do it, but I'd love Bill Hader to do it. Because Bill Hader actually fucking likes movies. God forbid someone likes movies, but yeah, it'd be like Bill Hader, John Mulaney, Conan. Any of those guys would be great. Hugh Jackman too. Neil Patrick Harris. Get fucking Neil Patrick Harris
would be amazing. I would love Neil Patrick Harris.
Yeah, I watch his fucking Tony's opening ceremony at like once a year because it's just so great where he's doing the fucking flips and then Mike Tyson comes out and you're like, holy shit.
Like the one thing that I did like though with his hosting though was I like the fun facts he would spill in because there's some things I didn't notice. Like I did like the fact that he mentioned like 40 years ago, freaking Jodie Foster and Robert De Niro were both nominated for the same category for Taxi Driver, and now they're nominated for the same exact category again. But like, what was it? He said it like Robert De Niro, like she looks like
she looks like 20 years too old.
Yeah, like she's too. Like Robert was like she's 20 years too old like to be his girlfriend. I was like, that's funny. It's just.
But she couldn't be his girlfriend anyway because he only dates black women. So that joke doesn't even make sense.
Yeah, he a real one. But it's just,
but I don't know. I didn't like that because I'm just like, dude, this is like shit that like bot Twitter accounts would tweet to get engagements, and now you're saying it for a joke that doesn't even land. Like no one cared. You know what I mean? Like the funniest joke of the night was either John Cena's penis or John Mulaney just talking about Field of Dreams, and I like get either of them because they were instantly funnier. Without Jimmy Kimmel going like, don't you hate everything? And it's like, hey, Jimmy, shut up. Okay, I'm here to enjoy and celebrate movies, and you're here to come in at like a lead balloon and be like, isn't this silly though? It's, you know what he acts like? You know what he carries? He hosts the Oscars with the same tone someone asks you if the WWE is, if you know it's fake. You know what I mean? Like he's like one of those guys that's like, well, you know it's fake, right?
Yeah.
You're like, dude, you better get the fuck out of my face before I just hate you.
I heard him make that joke to like that type of joke to John Cena during that bit, and I was like, it's about to punch you in the face, butt ass naked. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And it's like, hey, Jimmy, that is the easiest thing to say and also the fucking stupidest. Walk away. I'm just sick of him. He's just like.
But I'll stop you right there because I don't want this to turn to a Jimmy Kimmel rant.
Okay, I know. Wait, one more thing. Even his little sidekick Guillermo got a bigger laugh when he called Charlize Theron his wife. You know what I mean?
Charlize Theron.
Even that got a bigger laugh than any of Jimmy Kimmel's jokes. And then he ends it off by reading a live Trump tweet. Fuck off, dude.
Yeah, man.
I'm just sick of him.
I've always said, and I was telling my mom this earlier, I've always found Guillermo 10 times more funnier than Jimmy Kimmel. Like,
right? He always has been, because his clips are funnier, because he's actually, like, funny, instead of, like, fucking Jimmy, like, the moment this man, like, was cheering with tequila, referring to Coleman Domingo as Golfman Flamingo, I cracked my ass up. Yeah, and he's like, drink your Don Julio, and you're like, great, I fucking love it. Yeah. But
we'll just move on. But the one thing I said that I really did appreciate with this, with the show overall, was the presenting style for a lot of the bigger nominations. So for people that maybe didn't watch the Oscars, what they decided to do was have the previous winner of the category and bring along previous other winners from various other years to pretty much introduce each nominee individually and give like a kind word about them, which again made the show longer, but I thought like, you know, it felt again that vibe of like, yeah, like we're celebrating movies here. I really love that. I don't know what your thoughts on the presenting style this year.
Oh yeah, no, I fucking loved it because it was it you could tell that the Academy even had reverence for the actors who weren't gonna win. You know what I mean? Like every single person got a really nice speech about their performance. You know what I mean? Which is like always nice. And like, I don't care if it went long. It was cool as shit to see. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, I think people have an issue when Oscar shows go long when it's like packed to the gills with like Jimmy Kimmel bits, and you're spending half the time going like, this dude's just talking, like he's just going. You know what I mean? I don't think people care if it's someone giving a long speech after they won or like, you know, celebrating movies, because that's what everyone's there to see. They're there.
To me, it made it seem like, you know, because obviously, like various, like the Oscars kind of known for like, you know, having, you know, the one person that win, but like the rest of them don't feel included or feel like they're important, like the other nominees. So like doing it this way made it seem like, okay, no, like just being a nominee is still just as big as an honor as if you're winning an Academy Award. Like you still feel like you're a part of something. You know, I love that vibe. I love it so much.
And it also lets them like have fun, like Nicolas Cage making that joke during Paul Giamatti's bit, and everyone gets at it. I was like, that's great.
Or Sam Rockwell was freaking shouting out Tropic Thunder.
Yeah, I was like, that's such a good bit. You know what I mean? But like, dude, he needs to be back as fucking he needs to be back in Iron Man, I think.
If I was presenting and like I was the one who had to do Robert Downey Jr., I would be like, yo, no. I remember when I first saw Robert Downey Jr., he was the greatest black actor of that time.
of my generation.
My generation. I would have done something like that. But yeah, no, I love this running style. I think they definitely should do it more. They definitely should do it more.
I think they should keep the style going forward, and you don't even have to get past winners to come out. Just get people who care to come out and talk about how much they love their performances. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care. I don't care if you get past winners. Just get like a fucking random famous person who just really fucking has like a deep care for the role that was nominated, and be like, you know, I don't know. I feel like it's so easy to make people care about the Oscars and make people care about these movies, and I feel like this was such an inventive and great way to do it, and I feel like they should just keep it going forward.
Do you have a favorite? Do you and Stormy have like a favorite like presenter that you said something interesting that hit you a little bit, or I don't know?
Yeah, I mean I like Forrest Whitaker's introduction for didn't he introduce Coleman?
Yeah.
I thought his was very good. They had some real good ones. Again, Nicolas Cage fucking made me laugh my ass off.
Yeah.
He was funny. And Paul
What did he say
Giamatti.
I was like, oh yeah, Paul Giamatti, like, you know, he wore like a fake, like, you know, lazy eye. And like, is it ridiculous? Would I do it? Absolutely. But he also did it. And
He did it too. And I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, that's great. I like Sally Field's introduction for Emma Stone. I thought that was very sweet. Love Aunt May and Gwen Stacy too. But I like most of them because most of them like aired. So that's why I liked it. Because I always like when someone gives a shit at these Oscars.
So what about you? You have anything that stands
like
out?
you guys said before, overall, I love what they did with this. It felt like all the other nominees like were more represented than previous years, and like you guys said again, definitely should continue it. But if I were to choose a favorite of them presenting, I just found it so funny that I think it's Christopher Waltz was presented for Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
And it's just what he was being nominated for. Since like you see, since in like Inglourious Bastards, he's like a Nazi in it, and then he's presenting for like the opposite side, and I just found it so funny.
I gotcha. I actually didn't think about that while I was watching it. That's actually really funny.
Christoph Waltz was making a lot of good jokes during his intro, which is pretty funny. All of them were pretty funny, which I was like, damn, all these people are funnier than Jimmy Kimmel. Anyone can host the Oscars, you know what I mean? Damn, for Nicolas Cage made me laugh more. Maybe get him. Fucking A, give him something to do.
Again, turn it into a Kimmel rant. I wanna minimize that a little bit.
Dude, no, because he was like literally, I think like the only part of the show I actively disliked. That's it. Every other part of the show was great. It was actually a great fucking a great ceremony, and like I would say like all but one of the category winners were like super triumphant and like well deserved. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like. I'm gonna dunk on Kimmel every chance I get, motherfucker.
For me though, I mean, I liked a lot of them. Like Mahershala's was great. I mean, again, Forrest Whitaker's was good. Christoph Waltz was good. Nick Cage and Sam Rockwell were like, I love those two a lot. Like when they did their thing. For me though, personally, like I really loved Kiyu Kwan introducing Sterling K. Brown. That was my favorite one.
Yeah,
because I really enjoyed Sterling like. There was a commonality between the two that K.E. Kwan was recognizing, where like, you know, Sterling has worked so long just to get to this moment, to be nominated, just like how Ke Kwan made one of the greatest comebacks in Hollywood ever by come out of nowhere, doing everything ever all at once and then winning. So like, I did like the fact they had that commonality together, and the fact that also he also wanted to just reflect, that performance you did in American Fiction was so good just because of the genuinely a great person you are as a human being. I thought that was awesome. And then what hit me, which made it my favorite, was the fact that you couldn't hear it because it wasn't a mic on him, but Sterling K. Brown was sitting in his chair and you could read his lips being like to Kiyu Kwan, like, you're the reason why. He's like you made me great. And I was like, holy shit. Like that kind of hit me a little bit. I was like, wow, that was such a touching moment. So that's why Kiyu Kwan introducing Sterling K. Brown is my favorite.
Yeah.
I love the one so much.
I mean, listen, like I said, you're gonna see Sterling K. Brown up there in like the next 10 years. You're gonna see him winning because he is so fucking good.
I hope so. But yeah, other than that, I mean, I thought this was good. I mean, I as a joke, I was gonna be like, the only thing that like pissed me off about this was seeing Jamie Lee Curtis walk up, reminding me that she stole that Oscar from Angela Bassett last year.
I mean, listen, I love Jamie Lee Curtis, but she fucking did. She robbed a black woman, you know? God, I saw that clip of her of it was fucking Angela Bassett, like so nervous about winning, and her and fucking Austin Butler were holding hands, and I was like, so is Austin Butler just being taken in by every black actor?
Mm-hmm.
It was so funny.
I didn't watch the full clip, but there was a clip recently where Oprah interviewed Angela Bassett, and she talked about that moment, and Angela Bassett made like, I wasn't happy.
Yeah, and then she was like, and I found support in that moment, and then they showed the clip, and it was her finding support in like Austin Butler holding her hands, talking in the fucking Elvis voice, and I was like,
yeah, but it's just. I don't know. I don't want to go into it, but it's a common, it's a reminder that like, there are sort of there are kind of like these Indo-politics within Hollywood and how these award shows work. And I was like, damn it.
We'll get to it later.
But the next thing I want to talk about, my favorite thing, my highlight about the entire show for me was seeing, obviously, our boy, our god, our Ken, Ryan Gosling perform I'm Just Ken. I loved this so much. And I just kind of realized it because I wasn't really like paying attention to the details because I got so distracted about how great this performance was, that this entire performance was an homage to Diamonds Are a Girl's Best Friend by Marilyn Monroe. Like literally the outfits, everything. I thought that was awesome. And I was like, wow, such a good detail. But yeah, the moment you see Ryan Gosling just sitting in his chair.
Dude, that killed me. Just like seeing him start in the audience, and then didn't he put like his hat like on his?
He put his hat on. Wife? I don't know who that lady was, but he came with her. Yeah, he came with her to the event. Well, it's not. I was like, did he get remarried? Because last time I checked, he was still with Ava Mendes.
No. I assumed it was his wife, but I guess it wasn't.
No, wasn't it?
It's not his wife. Ava Mendes is
sister. Was it his sister?
It was his sister, right?
Oh,
yeah. I thought it was maybe like a relative or something like that. But yeah, no. But him just like him with the cowboy hat, takes it off. Yeah. It pans to Margot Robbie once it says the number 2 lyric, and then he puts the hat onto his sister, and you just see Greta Gerwig and Billie Eilish just cracking up because it was so funny.
All of them were cracking up, and then like later on in it, they were just like all hyping them up like they were at a concert.
Dude, he had a standing ovation.
I like I like how he snuck in a little La La Land reference by having Emma Stone sing with him for a second. And I was oh, fuck you.
And then what made it even better, they brought in also like some of the actors who played Ken.
Yeah, they brought like a majority of the actors.
Yeah, Kingsley Benadir, you had Simu Lulu, you had Nkuti Gatwa, you had.
They got what they get? They got
Yeah, all of them. They brought the notable ones. I was so happy to see them. But also like the big kicker, which I was so shocked to see, but I was like, damn, this works so well. This motherfucker brought in Slash, bro. I was like, what?
He brought in Slash out of nowhere. It was insane.
and it like, dude, like killing the guitar solo. I was like, this is amazing. It was good. This was healthy masculinity at its finest.
Dude, I love it. To add on to that, I love when he just like grabs the cameraman's like hands.
Yes.
Like kisses him and then like brings him over with him.
That was such a nice, but like this is honestly like I think my favorite performance in the Oscars like in the past like 10 years because it was so much fun.
I was gonna say it's for me it's like a tie between this and
the one from RRR.
Yeah, it's tied between both of those because that one from RRR was just it's just because RRR is such a fucking good movie.
It was good. I'll give you
so good. But yeah, I think it's definitely tied between those two because those two are just so fucking good. But this was fun as fuck. I'm glad he got to do it. I'm glad he got to bring out his roots as a Mickey Mouse Clubhouse member.
True, right?
There's a reason I put this down over. I mean, listen, like I said, I knew the Billie Eilish song was gonna win, but I put this down as my prediction, just as like a Hail Mary hope that this would win over the Billie Eilish song, because this song was just so good, dude.
It is, but I will say though that performance that Billie Eilish did with her brother Phineas was also good. It was a good performance. But yeah, I mean, there's that. I mean, obviously we love Barbie. You know, we love this song. I still need to get an I'm Knuff hoodie. I need to get that immediately.
I need to get one too.
You guys gotta get. You guys
Seamus already has one.
I know.
Yeah, Seamus already has one.
My mom got me one for my birthday, ho.
Listen, I wish our mothers
Edwin
loved you.
said he was gonna get me one for my birthday, and then he didn't.
Oh, fuck Edwin.
I'm calling him out on it right now.
Too. Yeah. Don't let him in your house anymore. I don't know why you keep doing that.
Yeah. And the last thing I want to make about this show, the show overall was obviously like the comedy outside of Jimmy Kimmel was great, but obviously you got to see our boy John Cena butt ass naked presenting the Pat Award for costume design. Bold as hell. I thought it was so great.
At first I thought he had like underwear on until like he slightly moved it. And then I was like, oh no, he's nude.
No, he had one of those dick socks on or whatever.
Yeah, it was. I thought that was so funny. It just kind of just out of nowhere. Like, thank God that like my internet cut off because like I was watching with my mom, so I'm good that I didn't have to see that. I didn't have to experience that one with her. But yeah, no, I thought this was so much. I thought it was hilarious. You just see this man just waddle all the way to the mic, and you see him pause for like 2 minutes, and it's just like costumes.
Yeah, that was good. That was a good idea.
It was a lot of fun, but yeah, I didn't know, and also like I didn't know about that streaker that was the fact that they pulled from the reference that streaker that walked across the Oscar stage in '74. That was kind of wild, you know. But yeah, man, Oscars. So far, as a show overall, I think it's one of my favorite ones because I think a lot of memorable stuff happened in it. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much all I got to say on that. Anyone else want to say anything that they want to mention about the overall show? Or
Storm, you go first. I got shit to say, and I don't want to block you out.
So are we gonna go into like?
Just talk about whatever you want right now. Just talk about whatever you want. Right now. Speak.
All right. Well, I didn't watch Godzilla -1, but I'm happy that it won. I need to watch.
Yeah.
It.
That's what I was gonna say. I thought that was especially deserving given the budget that they were working on.
Was it a small budget?
They did so much with no budget, with like like a piece of lint and belly string. You know what I mean? They did. They created that movie was so fucking good, and I thought it was super. I thought it was super ass that they were trying to play him off, even though the director was trying to speak in English, which he's never done before. And they were trying to memorialize one of their dead co-workers who died before the film could release. Oh. And like they were just like playing them off, and then a bunch of people go on Twitter were like, these Japanese people are taking too long to speak English. And it's like,
my God.
Wow. It's just not see the reaction to that because I was just like, oh fuck you, dude.
Yeah, but I did watch that clip this morning, and I was like, yeah, you could tell that like he seemed very uncomfortable, and like he was mixed with like excitement, and you know it's in English isn't his first language, so like he was kind of stuck like messing up a bit at times. But like I mean, like at least give this time to give this time. We got some time to breathe a little bit. Yeah. So he can get his thoughts together.
If the show goes long, let these fucking people who won their awards speak. Yeah. You know what I mean? Let them have the moment to fucking just give a speech for a second. This is like a pet peeve of mine with these award shows. They're just like
just real quick, just disclaimer, like we talked about it before we started, but I usually watch a bunch of like the best picture nominees before I watch the Oscars. I didn't get a chance to do that this year, so I've only watched like 3 out of like how many was it, like 7 of them? 10 of them. I'm bugging. Yeah. 10 of them. So I just want to put out the way so people don't. So like, because I may not have opinions on some of the winners, but in terms of Godzilla -1, I haven't seen it yet because I missed it out in theaters, and I haven't had. I don't think it's even available in the U.S. yet. But from what I've seen of it, it looks great, and it's even more impressive due to the budget they had. However, I understand it's Godzilla. It's a popular franchise. People love that it won an Oscar. But I thought that the creator was an obvious choice, just because the creator was a beautiful looking film. Like, it was stunning.
I saw both of those, and the creator was the favorite to win. And I thought that if it won, it wasn't going to be undeserving. I just thought that for the achievement that the Godzilla 1 team had in making something that was that good and effective on a budget of almost nothing, of what they had like a $30 million budget, and they made something that good. And like the creator had a budget of like 150 million, and it was like Gareth Edwards just like shitting out.
It had a $50 million budget. It only had 50 million, and I like that. Like, that's the thing with me. I from what I was told, Godzilla -1 is the better film in terms of the storylines and the writing.
It's the better
and all
film,
that stuff, right?
and it's the better looking film.
Nah, like it isn't though. It's. I'm not saying that it's bad. The visual effects for Godzilla -1 looked great, but
I mean, listen. I'm just saying that this argument is very hard to have, given that you haven't even seen Godzilla -1. That you're just entirely off of vibes.
Yeah.
And you're like, man, I think the vibes were off in Godzilla.
I haven't seen it yet.
I haven't seen it, but you know, my spidey sense says
but like the creator was I thought it was like almost Avatar level looking visual effects from when I watched it. I was
Don't you dare besmirch the name of Avatar! How dare you!
Oh no, I will use it. I don't give a
Come
shit.
into my home and use the
I thought it was near
James Cameron's
level.
epic.
And then seeing how they made the movie, the fact they didn't even have to use sound stages or green screens or blue screen. They just did it on location and then built it from there with composite plates. I was like, this is incredible. And the fact that Gareth Edwards proved, hey, Marvel, Disney, Warner, you don't have to spend $200 freaking million for a VFX budget when you can literally cut costs by doing it in real time. I thought that was incredible. I was like, bro, this nigga's calling them out. But
you know what's even more incredible?
-1 did the same thing.
You know what's even more incredible? 8 Japanese people working their fucking asses off because they love Godzilla to make this movie something. Okay? The heart and the spirit of those people will beat Gareth Edwards and John David Washington's like, he's a robot, but they're human. Fuck off.
Yeah, but
Blade Runner again. You're watching Blade Runner, but worse.
That's what I'm saying. The story was what I heard was better. But if we're talking about objectively visual effects and not the story, the creator, I think it was for me. But again, I haven't seen Godzilla, so I don't. I only seen footage of what I saw. So that's it. But again, what the argument I said about Godzilla -1 kind of the creator cheating the system with the visual effects budget and proving Hollywood wrong. Godzilla did the same thing. So like it's just.
Dude, their coworker fucking died. Let the Godzilla people have it, for fuck's sake. It's also the first Oscar Godzilla has ever won as a franchise. Okay, let them have one, for fuck's sake.
No, I'll let them have it. No, as I said, I'm fine with it. I will let them have it. But I'm just going off what I saw. You good?
No. You got to stop this right now.
I'm going to move on because I wanted to talk about.
Stop talking about it.
I want to talk about real quick. Yeah. What personally hurt me, right? And you know where I'm going with this.
Oh, we know. We all repeat.
Yeah. Best animated feature. Well, first off, best animated short was what was it? The War is Over, which was inspired by Yoko Ono and John Lennon, which I thought was really cool. I didn't know that was a thing because I usually watch all like the smaller stuff later on after the show's over, so I'm gonna check that out. So best animated feature, one was The Boy and the Hammer, which was obviously the recent Miyazaki film. But what should have won was Across the Spider-Verse because it was one of the best movies of last year by far, like literally top 5 for me. Yeah. Personally.
I like Spider-Verse more, but I think as films they're both tied. They're both like equally incredible works. I think that the thing that I said to my friend Grant when we were arguing about this, because I had locked Spider-Verse to win and he had locked Boy and the Heron. The thing that I said is I think my issue with this is that maybe for me personally, I don't think it's as good as maybe other Miyazaki movies that should have won in the past that didn't. But again, it's like saying, you know what I mean? It's still Miyazaki. It's still a great fucking film that's deeply personal. And I think that Spider-Verse losing, like, for me personally, it sucks. I would have wanted Spider-Verse to win, but like, it lost to fucking Miyazaki. It's not like it lost to like Elemental, and I'm like gonna kill myself.
Yeah,
it's like it lost to like a fucking Studio Ghibli movie starring Robert Pattinson as a bird who goes, "Yeah, Mahito." You know what I mean? Like, that was incredible. Like,
while I am annoyed that it did lose, I'm happy how the director responded to it losing. He's like, at least if I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna lose to the goat.
8 more animators to death. Didn't he say he was gonna go start like an animator slave camp or whatever and have them work on the breed until they die, until it comes out for its release date this month?
That's.
Oh.
I saw a tweet that said Phil Lord is about to say some slurs that haven't been uttered since Pearl Harbor.
I would say, well, I will say this though. I do think that I thought it was Rob, but I will never, even though I'm not really a huge Studio Ghibli fan, I will never, ever, ever, ever deny the vision of Miyazaki. I will never do that because he's talented. He's a visionary. I will always respect him as a storyteller, as an animator. From what I have seen of his films, however, like I was telling a friend, I was like, listen, Into the Spider-Verse innovated. Across the Spider-Verse innovated and then elevated what they innovated. Like it's like from a technical standpoint to an animation standpoint but from a storytelling standpoint, even though I haven't seen The Boy and the Heron, I can understand why it would be neck and neck storytelling wise, you know. But Spider-Verse is just it's a triumph. I think it's telling all these other animation studios, hey, you're all slacking a little bit, step up. Know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But it's Miyazaki. But I feel like they just handed it to him because it's Miyazaki. This may be his last one. So like, but it might not.
Dude, he's gonna keep making these things till he fucking dies. I swear to God.
Yeah.
He's gonna keep saying that was my last one, and then he's gonna come back. He's be like, actually, I had another idea. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He does this every fucking year. But because I mean, like, The Boy and the Heron is like, I guess, equally as technically impressive in the same way, given that it's still hand animated. You know what I mean? They're still using animation cells for that, which is still incredible that they do that and not go full digital. But I don't know. I think that the story of The Boy and the Heron, you could definitely tell was more of a deeply personal one for Miyazaki, given that it had roots in the aftermath of World War II, in the time that he grew up in. And I think that's why it maybe hit more emotionally for me than Spider-Verse. And I think here's the issue. I think that if Spider-Verse wasn't a part one, it would have won the Oscar. But I think the fact that the emotional end beat was just that, it was like a cutoff point. It was not. I think the Academy was like, hey, we can give Miyazaki this now, and then give Spider-Verse Part 2 the Oscar then, and have it just be for both parts. You know what I mean?
That's how I feel like. I was saying something similar to my friend, and it was basically that. Like, it's a part one. That's why I don't think it really won. It's similar to Dune, where it's like you need that second half for it to really be complete. And
like Dune still won a bunch. Dune Part 1 won a bunch of Oscars, but it didn't win a lot of the like the bigger categories because they
but like I think if like but I think Dune 2 is
Dude,
could
it's gonna
possibly
sweep
win
next year.
those bigger ones.
Yeah, it's gonna fucking sweep almost everything. Watch, next year it's gonna be nominated for like a record number of categories, and it's gonna win.
Well, I also was looking at like the films that are coming out this year, and realistically, there's not many that are gonna. There's not many that are gonna be nominated for a lot of things.
We're on the same wavelength. We're literally wired in. Because I was like, cool. What's gonna be up against Dune
much.
for like special effects? Furiosa and like maybe Gladiator, and Dune's probably gonna solo that shit. You know what I mean?
Even in like just basic other categories, there's like really looking at the movies that are coming out this year. There's not many that are gonna be able to go toe to toe with it, which is unfortunate because I would have liked to have seen something try to go up against it, but I don't think anything.
No, dude, I'm glad it's wide open for Dune to just sweep. So that way we can get Messiah quicker, and then that way maybe it pressures Denis to fucking cook on like Children and God Emperor eventually, because I want that shit.
You want to see your boy? You want to see your boy, Leto the Second?
I want to see Leto too, baby. I need to see my God Emperor in person and throw his shit.
Yeah, it's just I just want to get out that the way because that really bothered me. But do you want to just real quick, just like shotgun like some of the other categories real quick?
Well, I have one that I need to talk about for a long time, real quick. And that is the fact that Emma Stone won over Lily Gladstone.
Well,
Now,
okay.
Let me say this, Storm. Let me speak.
Fine, go ahead. Right, let him go.
I saw a lot of people saying Lily Gladstone was robbed. I saw Musa in the chat like 20 minutes ago say that.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I do think Lily Gladstone deserved that over Emma Stone. However, I think that Emma Stone was the best second choice to win it. You know what I mean? Because I think Lily Gladstone gave the strongest performance last year. She gave the most insane performance in terms of simultaneously being understated when she needed to be and being like full force when she needed to be. And I think that balance was struck so expertly. And she has so many scenes. I mean, Mikey, you saw Killers of the Flower Moon. You saw how fucking good she was in that.
Dude.
And
yeah,
I think that it is a shame that she lost. But I don't think it's a shame that she lost to Emma Stone specifically, because Emma Stone in Poor Things also gives a fucking great performance in that movie. Because the way that she is changing her entire cognition every 3 scenes to basically speed up the growth of a human being going from like baby to like fully fledged adult over the course of 2 hours is fucking insane. It's equally as insane. I just think that for me, Lily had the stronger performance, and I would have liked to have seen her win because I think that she was incredible in Killers of the Flower Moon. And I would have liked to see Killers at least win something because that was a fucking great movie. And the fact that they didn't give it anything, I was a little like, ugh. But
like here's the thing, like with Lily, like, again, I did see Killers of the Flower Moon. You are correct. We were all there. So
you were gonna pass. Killers was so good. Mikey was gonna take a nap, and he and Dallas were fucking locked in that entire movie.
Bro, I was literally about to be like, Scorsese film. Yeah, I'm about to sleep. And the story was so interesting, and the performances were so captivating. I was like, I can't.
And then by the time Meth Damon gets on screen, you're locked the fuck in, dude.
Bruh. So again, I thought Lily Gladstone was a force to be reckoned with in that movie. I thought she was amazing. Very showcasing a lot of vulnerability, a lot of captivating emotion, but also a little bit of strength in there as well. I loved, especially what she was representing, like, for that point of history, her culture, her roots. I thought it was amazing. Yeah. But at the same time, I didn't watch all of Poor Things. I only watched the first 30 minutes because the walls in my room are very thin. So I was like,
Mikey.
Yeah, I have to watch it too.
Don't do that. Don't stroke your shit to Poor Things. Come on.
I wasn't, but I do agree with what I did see for Emma Stone and understanding, like, what that concept was, or going from baby or child again to adult within that brief amount of time. Like you just said, I was like, yeah, no, I get it. I understand why. I get why it's neck and neck between them two. Like Emma Stone was doing some shit that I didn't think was physically possible in terms of terms of how an actress' capabilities, you know. So,
yeah, and that's why
yeah,
I said it's a shame Lily Gladstone lost. It is not a shame she lost to Emma Stone, because Emma Stone was fucking incredible too. And it's like, it's just a difficult situation where like it would have been so nice. I think if Lily won, it would have been like one of the most triumphant Oscars in terms of deserved winners, because I feel like every other category pretty much, the winner who won was super deserved. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And that's why it just sucks that Lily losing was like the one that you're like, oh damn. You know?
But Emma Stone's speech was one of my favorite speeches because she included like Lily and everybody else was nominated into it, which
Emma Stone's a fucking sweetheart.
Yeah.
Emma Stone equally cares and is like a sweetheart. So like, of course she was gonna, and that's why I'm like, good thing that she won instead of someone who might, you know what I mean? Instead of fucking God bless Annette Bening, but like, why the fuck are you up there for fucking Nyad? Get out of there! Come on, you couldn't have nominated. Oh, that's my issue. There's so many great performances by actresses this year that you could have nominated instead of Annette Bening. That I'm like, oh, Poor Things getting or fucking Past Lives getting shut out completely, except for like screenplay. I was like, or like throw in anyone from May December, Julianne Moore and Natalie Portman giving like the most like insane condemnation of like method actors ever. I'm like, oh, but anyway, I digress. I wish that Lily won.
Yeah,
I'm sad that she lost.
She has a future to get another one for sure. That's it.
That's what I'm saying. She's in like the Sterling Brown position where it's like, dude, I guarantee you she's gonna have one in 10 years. She's gonna have like at least one because she's so fucking good.
But yeah, so y'all want to just like kind of like shotgun some of the other smaller categories?
Yeah, sure. Do you have like some of them up?
I have the list from the Oscars.
Okay,
I was right now. Yeah. So just real quick, so we're just gonna go kind of down the list of the smaller ones. So costume design, the winner was
I'm annoyed about that.
From Poor Things. Go ahead, Space Storm.
Yeah, I think Barbie should have won that.
I would agree.
I was saying it earlier before we started, but I feel like for a majority of the films that were nominated, it just makes sense that they would wear those types of clothes. But then, like with Barbie, like Seamus was also saying earlier, like that's literally like a major part of like what Barbie is the clothes, and it's like they even tried to like pull out like a lot of things that like you probably didn't even remember or know about, and it was really different compared to the others.
I will also add on to that and say that Barbie used a ton of a variety of styles that reflected each Barbie's personality with a very monochromatic color palette, which is hard to do. So
I think my issue with that is that I feel like Barbie, the costuming was a character in and of itself. Because of how Barbie, it's like the conceit of Barbie is a dress-up doll, so the costumes kind of have to be their own thing, which I think was achieved like super well in that movie. But Poor Things, I feel like Poor Things for a period piece type costuming situation went fucking nuts. You know what I mean? They had like Gerard Carmichael in a fucking like red velvet suit. You know what I mean? Like they did have some crazy pieces in there that I was like, wow, that's a real good shit.
They did take from like inspiration, obviously, like from that time period, but they weren't afraid to exaggerate them a little bit to showcase, you know, the craziness of this.
Like Mikey, you didn't get to the whorehouse scene, but when you get to the whorehouse, they start throwing out the most insane costumes that you're like, whoa, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
So like, I think that again, it's the same situation where I'm mad, I'm sad Barbie lost, but like I'm not sad that Poor Things won, because I also really like Poor Things, and I'm kind of glad that it's getting more recognition than it probably would have. But you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. So and real quick, so costume 9 is done. Documentary feature film, which was 20 Days in Maripol by Michi Chernoff, Michelle Minzer, and Rani Aronson Rath. Don't know anything really about this film, but
I don't know. I didn't watch any of. I
only picked it because I was like, oh, it's the Ukraine one, of course. Because here's the secret: the Academy barely watches these ones either, and they do exactly what I do, where they read the description and go, "Oh, that one sounds good." You know what I mean?
And click,
which sucks. it fucking sucks, and then you probably should watch these shorts because I bet you they're good. Because I have watched Academy shorts in the past, and they're really fucking good sometimes. But like, the Academy just doesn't give a shit about shorts. I don't know.
Yeah,
it sucks.
That was the full feature documentary. It wasn't a short. But
I'm saying shorts and documentaries. They don't really give a shit.
Yeah, they don't. Yeah, they just go right through me. I agree.
Yeah.
The documentary short film, The Last Repair Shop by Ben Proudfoot and Chris Bowers. Film editing for Jennifer Lane for Oppenheimer.
I thought Oppenheimer super deserved editing.
It
was probably the best.
Yeah.
Although I just wanted Thelma Schoonmaker to get kind of recognized for Killers because of how great she is working with Scorsese, working on all his films. But you know, Oppenheimer was also good.
Yeah, that's true. International feature film, which was The Zone of Interest, which was also nominated for Best Picture.
Dude, I knew it was going to be The Zone of Interest, but I was like praying to every deity in the sky that Perfect Days was going to take it because Perfect Days fucking made me cry, dude. I haven't really heard of that one. Perfect Days was so good. It's by Wim Wenders. He's done a couple of other great movies like Paris, Texas, which was also very good. And I saw that with my parents in Boston like a week ago, and I was like, it was like a fucking incredible movie, despite the fact that it just follows this Tokyo toilet cleaner throughout his daily routine over the course of a week. So you're just reliving the same day over a week, but like, it was so emotionally powerful. And also, I'm surprised that Taste of Things from Italy wasn't included in Best International Feature, because I saw that like in November, and I thought that was really good. So I'm happy with what's there. I know The Zone of Interest was because it was nominated for Best Picture. Of course, it was going to take Best Picture.
That's what connected it with me. I was like, yeah, because it's also nominated for Best Picture, so that's kind of why it's going to win. I'm
surprised. Anatomy of a Fall wasn't in Best International either, even though it's French, which was also a little.
Yeah, it's a French film. Yeah, that's true. All right, moving on. Makeup and hairstyling. Nadia Stacey, Mark Collier, and Josh Weston for Poor Things.
Yeah, that's worth it.
Not even Bradley Cooper going in intense makeup to become Bernstein.
Dude,
was
to put on that prosthetic nose that doesn't even look like Leonard Bernstein was a little like. No, but I thought Poor Things deserved it because I knew it was going to win the moment that I watched Poor Things with my family, and my parents were constantly like, "Oh my God, Emma Stone's hair looks great." You know what I mean? And I was like, Emma Stone's great looking hair plus Willem Dafoe's fucked up face equals.
Yo, that was hilarious. I've seen Willem Dafoe. That was like, oh my dear God, that's kind of
Willem Dafoe was hilarious in the movie.
But all right, moving on. Music, which was original score, which is Ludwig Göransson from Oppenheimer.
Of course, 100% deserved. Yeah,
like it's just another.
Dude, I will just randomly listen to that soundtrack, like on the tail. Like, I will randomly listen to it.
Ludwig is from Switzerland. I don't know. They just have an ear with music. They always
Camp was
bring
great,
hits.
wasn't it?
Yeah, Seamus.
Dude, he produced it. If you ain't a real Ludwig fan, you gotta like Camp if you a real Ludwig fan.
But either way, Ludwig.
Okay,
we all know he's incredible.
Gambino, homegirl.
Seamus. We all know that Ludwig is talented. I mean, listen, Black Panther, like he's done every memorable score within film that for the past decade he has been a part of. So we knew
he's so good at music. They got him to score the Black movie. Isn't that insane? They were like, well, we can't get it. Like Ludwig's are so good, we gotta get it.
Yeah. But I will also say though that Laura Cartman for American Fiction, I thought she was also really great.
I love that score. I thought that was probably the second best score in that category.
That heavy jazz influence, I was like, it's good stuff.
American Fiction hit more than I thought it was going to hit when I saw it, which was a little surprising. I liked it.
But to move on real quick, music original song was "What Was I Made For" from Billie Eilish, and
of course,
yeah, definitely deserved.
It was either going to Barbie or Barbie, so
yeah, it was really deserved.
But yeah, obviously, if I'm just Ken won it, that would have been amazing.
Yeah.
but I mean, obviously, the real tragedy is that Peaches wasn't even nominated. So it's just like, damn, like in another universe, Peaches won Best Original.
I think Peaches should have been nominated over that fucking Cheetos movie song.
Oh yeah, for Blazing Hot. Blazing Hot.
About the fucking Cheetos Hulu movie. Get the fuck out of here. I hated that.
Oh man.
I would have taken Jack Black and Bowser cosplay just hitting the piano notes over fucking. Oh, don't you like Cheetos? We're a big ad, aren't we? Like, fuck off.
But all right, the next one, production design, which the winner was Poor Things, which was done by James Price and Shona Heath, with set decoration by Susan.
Dude, that shit was super deserved.
Yeah, it was deserved for sure. But again, I was like, Barbie,
Barbie had great set design. Barbie had great set design, but the Poor Things team made those sets look otherworldly. Like
It's
Barbie
true,
was super
no.
good.
Yeah, but didn't they like basically make Barbie Land or something?
They made it from the ground up. Yeah, they made it from the ground up, and to the point where I think they filmed it. I think it was Australia or New Zealand, but they caused a pink shortage within the country because they used so much
shit.
It was insane. I was like, that's dedication.
I still think Poor Things deserved it more than Barbie.
But no, from what I have seen of Poor Things, I mean, yeah, no, it looks very I don't even know what to even call it, like ethereal.
It's like they made a live action Tim Burton movie. You know what I mean? Like it's all twisted and elongated, and everything has these super weird shapes that I think was super like interesting and triumphant, and that the fact that each country she goes to has a very different vibe depending on the set design was just so good.
Yeah, for sure.
I just thought that the set design in Barbie was great, but it was only in Barbie Land. Like when they're in the real world, it kind of starts looking a little like a commercial, and you're like, ooh, you know what I mean? It's looking a little tough. But then the entire duration of Poor Things, you're just like, whoa, what the fuck?
But yeah, no, I agree. But animated short film, which I said before, War's Over, inspired by the music of John and Milko. There's that. Live action short film. The winner was The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar, which is by Wes Anderson and Stephen Rouse. And I'll say this real quick, right? Before we started this, like a few hours ago, I watched both The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar and I watched The After. I thought The After was just for a 19-minute short film. I was like, this is hits like a little bit.
You know, it's funny, Mikey. I had The After over Henry Sugar.
Did you?
I picked it over Henry Sugar because I was like, I saw The After too because I went to at the AMC in Boston. They were doing one use of my A-list, like one reservation would get me a screening of all the shorts. So I did all the animated shorts and then all the live action shorts. And I was like locked the fuck in for The After. It was incredible.
That shit hooks you. It hooks you.
Yeah.
It captivates you a little bit too hard. And I was like, damn, that ending was wrong.
I love Wes Anderson. I just thought these shorts were okay. You know what I mean? Like I thought that he would have been much more deserved getting nominations and wins for Asteroid City. You know what I mean? Over these shorts that he just shat out. So I don't blame
Asteroid City did come out last year, right?
What?
Asteroid City did come out last year, right? Like, because I was surprised. Would it come out last year? No,
Asteroid City was July last year. It just didn't get nominated.
I was surprised it didn't get nominated for anything. He got nominated for this.
Yeah.
I was like,
Asteroid City got shut out. Past Lives got shut out. May December got shut out. There's so many things that got shut out this year, despite a lot of the stuff winning that I would have liked to have seen getting a nod. But
Iron Claw
too. Yeah, fucking A, dude.
That was a mistake.
That's why I was like, expand these categories, motherfuckers. I don't care. Add two more to each of them so we can get cool video packages of these fucking great movies.
Yeah, but even though I thought the after seeing it should have taken it because I thought David Oyelowo killed it.
Yeah.
I did like The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar. I thought the way they did narrating, but narrating within the actual the characters themselves, narrating the entire story, and obviously it's Wes Anderson, the way he does transitions and set changes, and a lot of the actors are playing multiple roles on the course of the short. That's really cool. And the thing is, when I watched it, right, I didn't know who directed it until I saw the way the set looked, the way the color palette looked, the fact that it was Ray Fiennes in the beginning. And then I was like, why does everything look like it was shot like on like? Why does it look like everything was shot on like a diorama? I was like, this is Wes Anderson, isn't it? And then I went back. I was like, Wes Anderson. I was like, yeah, because like he has a unique style to it that only he can do. So I was like, that's just incredible. Like I can see why he won, but After was my preferred choice after now watching.
Yeah, I agree.
But the next one is Sound, The Zone of Interest, Taron Willers and Johnny Byrne.
That was shocking as hell. That Zone of Interest one.
I'm surprised it wasn't Oppenheimer. To be honest.
I'm surprised that it won because they made the right choice. Every other fucking year, the Academy doesn't know what the fuck Sound is. They just pick the movie that was the loudest, and they go, "That was it, right?" And I'm always like, guys, like read up on what the category is. What the fuck are we doing? But for Zone of Interest to get it this year, I was like, oh. I don't know if they slipped in to get it and giving it to the correct person or what, but it was just like, oh. Because it's the same thing with costuming, where the sound in Zone of Interest is like a character in and of itself. It is like a plot point. You know what I mean? Like the use of sound in that movie and the way that it's mixed and edited, it elevates the movie that you're watching in a way that I don't think Oppenheimer does. You know what I mean? Not saying that it has bad sound mixing. I'm just saying the Zone of Interest, the sound is almost required for the movie's plot. You know what I mean? Which is why I thought that it was so deserving, and I was so happy that it won. Because
that's good to hear, actually. That's good to hear.
Because it's like the way they use silence in that movie is just so eerie, and like the way that they you can slowly hear screams in the background is like the scariest shit I've ever seen. It's freaky.
Nah, but I will. Yeah, I will take your word for it, James. I have not seen the Zone of Interest yet, but I will take your word for it. But visual effects. I mean, we said already, Godzilla -1. Writing, original screenplay was Anatomy of a Fall by Justine Shrey and Arthur Harari. I actually did see this before my internet was being weird. But yeah, no, it's. I mean,
you saw Anatomy of a Fall?
What?
Do you see Anatomy of a Fall?
Not yet, no.
Mikey.
Yeah, I want to watch it too.
You guys got to watch these films, man.
Yeah,
Mikey, they haven't.
I was lacking this year.
Mikey, a major plot point of the movie, which you might have heard playing during the Oscars, is a marimba instrumental version of 50 Cent's Pimp.
I did hear that though.
That's a major plot point in the movie.
I was literally just like, I was listening to it and I was like, this fucking PM, is this PIMP?
Yeah.
And I literally was like, mouthing, I was like, I don't know.
That's the theme of the movie. That's like the musical theme of the movie is that.
That's amazing. Okay, you know what? But after like hearing like the writer talk about the film and all that, and also I did watch the interviews, the post interviews from the winners. Yeah. So like I did. This was one of the movies that like right after doing this podcast, like we went right after. This is the one I'm watching first. Is Zone of Interest. But I'm happy for them winning though, because the movie sounds awesome. And now that you told me that fun fact, I'm gonna watch it even more. But writing for adapted screenplay, best adapted screenplay, American Fiction by written for the screen by Cord Jefferson, who also is directing. Deserved, 100%.
Deserved.
I just.
Like I know a lot of people said Oppenheimer purely because they were like, well, Oppenheimer was the best movie and it was the best whatever. But I'm like, no, I think Oppenheimer was great, but I think American Fiction captured the spirit of the book entirely. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because it perfectly encapsulated what the book was, whereas Oppenheimer kind of just used the book it was based off of as a jumping off point to just kind of have a Bible for the history of what happened. Whereas American Fiction was like a true soulful adaptation of the material, and it elevated it in a way.
Like, to be honest, after watching the film, it made me want to read the book just to see how accurate it is. But from what I'm told
it's a good book.
You and also from other people that have read the book that have talked about it, they say it's pretty much like this is like they capture the soul and the intention of what the book is supposed to be, which is great. But also, like, the movie is also as well. It's written wise. Oh. All right, Storm, put it down. We get it. You're a
Yeah,
stan.
Storm. You would have had me bricked up if you had a copy of American Fiction on your desk.
Yeah,
That's what I thought he put up for a second.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, is that a copy
But
of American
instead,
Fiction?
he has the Devil White Man on his desk.
Actually,
Dude, I have
wait,
a
first
bag
off,
of books that I gotta read.
Storm, did you watch American Fiction by any chance?
No, I want to. That's why I'm not
Okay.
saying anything. That's,
Okay, fair enough.
Why I'm
But
completely
but
fine.
yeah, nah. But also, this American Fiction was also had drama elements that were well done. His movies, it had very good comedy elements. The movie plays on satire and stereotype so well in terms of what it's addressing, in terms of the themes. Like the fact that the way the ending was, I thought it was super well written, where it's kind of open ended in a way. I thought it was so cool. But yeah.
Dude, that final shot of him getting in the car and then staring at the slave actor, I was like, oh shit, dude, this cooked a little bit.
You know what they're doing.
I was like, god damn, dude. And he just they both give each other like the look, and I was like, what? It was because I thought the rest of the movie was great, and then that ending scene, I was like, that is a fucking great ending scene. That is great.
And then the last thing I wanted to mention was cinematography, which was the winner was Oppenheimer, which was done by Hoyt van Hoytema. That's how you say the name. I mean, Oppenheimer's a beautiful looking film.
This is another category where I'm like, if Poor Things won, I wouldn't have been mad.
That's the thing too, Seamus. Mine was either gonna be Oppenheimer or Poor Things, because the color palette on Poor Things.
The color palette
is
the use of the different lenses and the shot blocking in that film is so good. But Oppenheimer was equally as fucking good with its blocking and its use of angles and like push-ins and shit. I was just like, oh, both of these were equally as good. So
it made sense. It was the clear winner. But again, if Poor Things also won, I wouldn't have been mad. But yeah, I mean, overall, anyone have anything else to want to say on any of the other nominees before we move on to like the big ones, the big boys?
Yeah, big ones.
No, go ahead.
Okay. All right. So now we're gonna talk about the big nominees and winners. And I don't know. We're gonna do Best Picture for last, obviously, because that's the order. What should we start with first? I don't know. You want to do Director?
Yeah, hit Director.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So for people that don't know, the person that won Best Director this year for the Oscars was clearly no-brainer. Was going to be Christopher Nolan for Oppenheimer. And again, I'm not going to say anything just because I haven't watched it yet. Because again, I haven't. My dad. I'm still waiting for watching my pops. So, Seamus and Storm, what do you think about this win for the legend, the man, the myth, the legend?
I think it's deserved. I'm pretty sure he's been nominated before.
He's been nominated.
Which honestly, I'm surprised he hasn't gotten one before. But I think this one is definitely well deserved. Seamus, got anything?
I think it's one of the strongest directing fields in a while. I think you could have given it to literally anyone in this category, and people would have been like, "Yeah," you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I mean, fucking, you're there with like Martin Scorsese and Jonathan Glazer and Justine Triet and fucking, you know what I mean? Like Yorgos.
It could have gone any way.
I'm glad it went to Nolan. I do think that Oppenheimer had the best direction of the year, but like again, if you told it's that's why I think this ceremony was so great, because it's like, if you told me that like Scorsese won over Nolan, I would have been like, fuck yeah, Killers of the Flower Moon was also great. So it was good.
Yeah.
I'm glad Nolan won. I mean, I'm pretty sure. I could have sworn he won one before, but maybe I'm just like, oh.
No, I don't think so. I think
I'm googling this shit because I have no idea. Because
I also could have. Okay, I'll wait till we get to that one. Actually.
Well, I will say, even though I haven't watched the film, I mean, it's obviously we all know it's well deserved. Seeing Nolan's career for the past over 2 decades at this point, I mean, it's it's clear that like he deserved it. But again, he's up with Scorsese and all these other directors that have did a killing this year. So over this past year. So I mean it's definitely well deserved. Actually, I wanted to say something real quick though. I watched a clip where it was when it was Ridley Scott being interviewed for Napoleon, and then these three guys who were the interviewees were talking to him about how much Christopher Nolan publicly admired Ridley Scott as like one of his biggest inspirations, and he was giving him so much props. It's like, how do you feel that like this next level like iconic director looks up to you as one of his idols, his heroes? And Ridley Scott says, "That's cool." Dude, he was so nonchalant about it. It was hilarious.
I fucking love Ridley Scott. I'm so excited he's gonna get fucking nominated next year. I need him in more public shit because he does not fucking care anymore. It's so fucking funny.
It's so funny.
It's so funny. And I fucking love his career because he will churn out a fucking banger like Last Duel, and then 2 months later drop like a hot steaming pile of shit with fucking House of Gucci. And I'm like, this guy just doesn't give a shit anymore. It's fucking incredible. I need him to like just direct everything. Fucking get him on.
Oh man, I thought it was great. But again, Christopher Nolan, well done. Much appreciated. Like, I mean, duh. Like, Oppenheimer was a phenomenal film from what I've heard, and from obviously these two gentlemen over here. But yeah, so the next category that I want to do, I think we should do best actress in a supporting role. And the person who won was I didn't see the holdovers, but I bet Seamus did. But it was Divine Joy Randolph from who was in the holdovers. I didn't watch the holdovers, but I loved her speech. Her speech was my second favorite, other than Emma Stone's. I loved her speech. I thought it was very inspirational. This just got me excited just to watch the holdovers, was for sure. So yeah, Seamus, you want to say your piece or Storm?
I haven't seen it, although I wanted Emily Blunt to win, so I'm not really gonna say anything.
I thought Emily Blunt had a great performance. I did. I thought she was dude, in that movie, in Oppenheimer, she was cooking. She had some really great looks. I thought she was great. But Divine Joy Randolph, fucking, she was incredible on holdovers. It's such a, the thing about the holdovers is that it's such a understated movie that like it's kind of hard to explain. Because like you're comparing it to like Oppenheimer, which is like a bombastic Nolan movie. You know what I mean? Like everyone's like giving this crazy whatever. And the holdovers is literally about like the quietness in between. You know what I mean? Because it's about this kid who's staying at the school with these two other people over the holidays, and it's about like no one else being there. So that's why a lot of these performances I think really hit on like the emptiness and like and I think that hers was the most powerful, with her grieving over her son who she lost in Vietnam. And I think that there are so many. There are a couple scenes in that movie where she just fucking kills it, and she has some fucking killer lines in there that she delivers perfectly. Like she is sometimes out acting Paul Giamatti, and I'm like, holy shit, dude. But yeah, she was. I had her pick to win it. I think she was a lock, or like for the entire duration of this award season. And I think that's why they put this category first in the show, because they were like, well, Divine Joy Randolph's winning, and it's probably going to be nice to start off on a really good note. You know what I mean? So
yeah, right.
I'm very happy.
Yeah, I am as well. Again, like her speech was, I loved her speech a lot. It was great. But yeah, so just to move on from there, so we'll do best actress in a leading role. We'll just do that. And obviously we already said it was Emma Stone for Poor Things. I don't know if anyone has any more to say on Emma Stone.
I mean, I think we've already kind of said our piece with like that. While yes, Emma Stone is a great second choice. I can't remember her name. the one from Killer of the Flower Moons.
Oh, Lily
Was
Gladstone.
kind of
And this is when
yeah.
Seamus is like, "You blasphemous bastard! How do you forget her name?"
Oh yeah, you.
I do
man.
think she was snubbed, but again, Emma Stone is a definitely very good second choice, and again, Seamus said it before, but it's
Yeah,
like,
and like,
you
and
can't
like,
get
I think
mad
it was
losing
definitely
to her.
it was definitely a race between those two. I think that the only other person who might have had a shot at winning was Sandra Hüller from in Anatomy of a Fall. But Sandra Hüller had a quietly fucking incredible year because she was the lead actress
Yeah.
in both.
She was the lead actress in
Anatomy of a
2
Fall
Best
and Zone of
Picture
Interest.
nominated films.
Yeah, she was in both of those, and she gave fucking insane performances in both of those. So I mean, I think she could have taken it, but I definitely think it was between Gladstone and Emma Stone, and I was just like, that's just the way it turned out. So, like I said, sad she lost, but not sad that it was to Emma Stone. So,
Yeah, for facts. But
Mhm.
all right. So obviously we're good on that. But obviously, so the next one we're gonna do is best actor in a supporting role. I mean, we already said before as well, but yeah, RDJ, Robert Downey
Yeah.
Jr.
Yeah.
won for Oppenheimer.
this was
Do y'all want to speak more on his role in the film? Because again, I haven't seen it.
I went, you go first.
it's great. He's like the secret antagonist of the film, and he
Yeah.
takes a turn during the. It's really his entire. He's sprinkled throughout the film, but his like moments where he starts fucking cooking is like during like the last hour of the movie when it's getting the most intense during a lot of the court proceedings. But I thought his role, I thought it was deserved. I thought that him as Louis Strauss was like fucking great. He really hits it with some of these understated like he's like a guy on Twitter who's like, I'm not mad. I'm not fucking mad at all. Why are you saying that? And you're like, and it's fucking great. But like as I said before, I think literally anyone in this category could have won, and I would have been happy with it.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
That's true.
Ryan Gosling could have won, Sterling K. Brown could have won, Mark Ruffalo could have won, Robert De Niro could have won, and I would have been like, fucking yeah, they had great performances. So I think I'm glad it was RDJ because I think he deserved it the most. But like, if you told me Sterling K. Brown won, I might have been a little happier because I wanted Sterling.
I would have been in tears, bro. I would have been in tears. I'd be like, yo, Sterling K. Brown, he made it.
Yeah, I definitely think he well deserved. Like Seamus said, I thought his role in the movie was incredible, and I just pulled up one of his lines, which is probably one of the best in the movie. Is amateurs seek the sun, get eaten, power stays in the shadows. Which it's like there's so many just like
Bang.
It's incredible, just incredible how it goes with his character, and I think it's definitely deserved, and I'm surprised this is his first.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
and the fact that knowing his career and his downfalls of his career and where he's come, how long it's taken him to get to this moment, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of crazy. But yeah, I mean, I liked his introduction with Sam Rockwell, and that his speech where he's like, "I'd like to thank my terrible childhood for getting me to this moment," and the Academy, exactly in that order. I thought it was hilarious. Yeah, but I mean, it's RDJ, man. We all love him. Yeah. So I mean, I was very happy to see that he won. But again, like what we've all been saying, anybody could have won this, and I would have still been happy anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's all I gotta say on that. Next category, we are going to be talking about obviously best lead, best actor in a leading role, and this is the part where Seamus and Storm nut themselves because clearly the winner this year was another other than Cillian Murphy for Oppenheimer.
Our Irish boy.
Here's the thing. I like all the other actors in this category. I don't think it was a competition, really, honestly.
No.
Like I love Jeffrey Wright. I love him. I love Paul Giamatti. I love Coleman Domingo. I like Bradley Cooper. I don't like his performance, but I just think that Cillian gave like a fucking insane performance as Oppenheimer. Yeah. He was like, It was so good. Yeah, I don't really think there was any competition in this category. So
Like
No,
even in the promotion material and the trailers, like there's just an intensity about this man when he's
Yeah.
in the role of Oppenheimer.
Dude.
I loved seeing that, you know.
Dude, I think it was a little while after I saw it. Like, I actually saw like a comparison between like Cillian Murphy and like Oppenheimer, and I was like, you know, they actually look decently similar. Like, it was a really good choice, and it's like he's an incredible actor, and like, and him and Nolan just together have done great stuff, and again, well deserved. Our Irish boy finally gets his well deserved Oscar.
Ireland. It was but yeah, no, it's great. No, I mean, even though I haven't seen the film yet, I have been a fan of Cillian ever since he's been working with Nolan. So I knew he was gonna shine in this, and it's well deserved, of course. But again, yeah, like Jeffrey Wright also did great. You know, Coleman Domingo did great. And Rustin, I did see Rustin.
Yeah.
I did see that.
Oh, he has like one of my favorite speeches for the entire thing because of how I think it's how he ends it, where it's like he's saying, yeah, we created this film about like these nuclear weapons and the guy who created them. So this goes out to all the peacemakers out there. Like, that is just like the best way you could have like said that about the film.
Jonathan Glazer had the best speech, given that he mentioned the conflict in Palestine currently, even though the Academy didn't want to upload it to YouTube after the game. Which is a little bit of some head-assery, but yeah, I'm glad at least someone made a statement about what's going on instead of most people just going ahead and see. Mark Ruffalo and Rami were both wearing. Even Mahershala too. They're all wearing ceasefire.
Yeah.
Really nice to see.
Yeah, I saw some Palestine
running around
things.
every chance they got to stick a microphone in Mark Ruffalo's face. He was like, "Palestine, I'm out." He ran over. I loved it. Yeah, I wish more people spoke on it. You know, it is what it is. Yeah, I'm glad Cillian. I love Cillian. Love my ex-boy. The first Irish actor to win this, which he shouldn't have been. Because as much as I love Brendan Fraser, I think that my boy Colin Farrell gave a better performance last year. Because he did.
Talk your shit. Talk your shit, Seamus.
I love Brendan Fraser. He gave a great performance. Again, I'm not mad that he won, but like Colin Farrell made me cry. Colin Farrell made me cry my eyes out in a way that I haven't cried before. And he was like that. He was just the oh, so good. You guys, you go watch Banshees of Inisherin.
I have.
I'm telling Mikey. Let's start.
Yeah, you know that.
No, you didn't.
Yeah, I don't know why. It's on Hulu. I think it's on Hulu still, so I might check it out.
Yeah, it's on Max. Put on.
But yeah, no, Cillian Murphy killed it. Ireland for Ireland.
For Ireland. For Ireland,
along with Eowyn Devereaux.
Yeah.
But yeah. So lastly, obviously the most anticipated award of the night, being Best Picture, and again it was a no-brainer because again Storm's gonna start jerking off to his fucking Oppenheimer book later. But yeah, it's Oppenheimer won. He's about to be sticky. But Oppenheimer won Best Picture. And again, it was. I understood it was deserved. It was deserved. It was obvious. You know, it's a brilliantly made film. Yeah. Sorry, what were you gonna say? What were you gonna say, Seamus?
I think that if you gave it to any of these other movies except Maestro, I would have been equally as excited. Because I think this is maybe one of the strongest Best Picture films ever. I mean, barring Maestro, I tried to watch Maestro 3 times. I couldn't finish it. It's 3.5 stars on my letterbox. But I think that The Zone of Interest is a fucking great film. I think Four Films is fucking great. I think Past Lives is fucking great. Killers of the Flower Moon, of course, is great. Holdovers was great. Barbie's incredible. Anatomy of a Fall is fucking great. And American Fiction was fucking great. So I think if you gave it to any of those, some of those would have been more of like a shock. But like I think people would also have been like, no, it was fucking good. You know what I mean? So I'm glad Oppenheimer won. I think that was maybe the most gripping film I saw last year. But like, I think it was just a very, very solid year for movies. So.
Yeah,
it was.
I really Mikey, you'll see this. I'm sure you already know this too. With Oppenheimer, I really like how it goes between black and white and color, and that really,
I thought that was a great stylistic choice.
It also like determines like I think Nolan said like it like determines like I think whether it's like true or like opinionated or something.
He said objective or subjective.
Yeah.
So when it's in black and white, it's usually
objective.
It's usually records that we know happened, and it's written from an objective point of view, where it's like I'm just writing what happened in history. And then when it's in color, it's subjective, which Nolan is kind of making up as what he thinks happened based off interviews and stuff that he's heard.
Yeah,
I think was a really interesting to portray that, and I really fucking like that. That was a really
I love that.
But yeah, I mean, from what I have seen of it, I mean, it's visually, it looks phenomenal. It looks like it's. I mean, the cast is stacked. It looks like it's well written, of course. I would also want to just add as well. I thought the marketing campaign for Oppenheimer was one of the best marketing campaigns, besides Barbie. I love the marketing
because
campaign.
they were able to like do it with each other, basically.
Yeah. But like
they really played off of each other with it.
I thought the one thing that stood out to it for me with Oppenheimer's marketing was the fact that they did that like live stream for Universal for like a year before the movie came out. That was nonstop. That was a legitimate like actual analog countdown when the movie was actually gonna play. That was incredible. And I was like, I was like, wow, like that's kind of dope. That it's like kind of synchronous with real time. Well, that's really cool. But,
I don't know. I thought the poster sucked. I didn't think there was a single good poster of Oppenheimer that released. Like that one where he's standing in front of the bomb like it's his fucking stand. I was like, what the fuck is this? You tell me you couldn't have gotten the art director to make a better poster than that? And it's like the official main poster. I was like, what the hell are we doing? But other than that,
I thought the first poster was good when he was like actually like within like the actual nuclear explosion. I thought that was actually like kind of cool.
That one wasn't bad, but that's like one of those ones that you're like, all right, cool. Let's see what else you got. And then they come out with this fucking like Marvel fucking looking poster, and I'm like, all right, dude, come on. I thought you guys were gonna cook with this shit, and then you come out with this fucking bullshit at me. I don't know. Anyway.
Oppenheimer. I mean, congratulations. I mean, it was expected because it's a phenomenal film from what I've seen, from what I've heard. But also real quick, I wanted to just mention, what did y'all think about the fact that we talked about like stuff that like nominations that kind of like got snubbed, like we mentioned like Iron Claw, and I was like, stuff that like shelved. What are your thoughts on real quick about Greta Gerwig not getting nominated for like Best Director? I think
it's fine because I think Celine Song deserved to get nominated for Best Director over Greta Gerwig.
Okay,
that's why I thought Past Lives was better. It was a better directed movie. Not to say Greta Gerwig isn't a good director because he's a fucking great director, but if we're gonna nominate another person for Best Director, I would much rather be Celine Song because I fucking just the way that he was able to fully capture a relationship that's almost entirely built on an unrequited love. It was fucking incredible. It was so good. I feel
just. You want to say on that, or you're good? No thoughts.
I
don't like women.
I mean, honestly, I said where I thought Barbie should have won, but it's at this point, whatever.
Yeah.
Well, overall, just final thoughts, and then we'll just do like quick recommendations, and we'll hop out. But I thought that the show, it was a great year for movies. I thought the show overall was quite good. It was one of my favorite Oscar shows for the past for a long while now. They kind of got it right this year. They got it right this year outside of Kimmel, but
that's not true.
Oh, Kimmel.
And I hope that they stick with the presenting format. They do a lot of more bolder humor and just overall just have fun. Like this Oscar this year was just fun. But I will give Kimmel credit though, because that opening where he brought out all the crew, because Seamus, you know the actual acronym for the actual union that they're in, but like they're potentially going on strike soon. Not SAG-AFTRA.
The other one, the
crew.
cast. Yeah, I know what you mean. I forget the acronym for it, but I thought that was good. I thought that was a good showing.
Yeah, that was a good showing to see them to actually give support to them, because they're about to go on strike soon, potentially. So that was great. It was just fun. I mean, it was fun, and I do hope this Oscars is a blueprint for Oscars going forward, because they really nailed it with this one outside of Kimmel.
True.
But yeah, I mean, that's all I gotta say. And y'all got the final thoughts before we move on to recommendations and we close out? Nothing.
I thought it was I thought it was maybe one of the best years for movies ever. I don't think you're gonna see a caliber of nominees this good for a while. I am saddened that it's over, but I'm glad I got to watch all these movies in theaters when I did. Dune 2 is going to sweep the Oscars next year, so I'm excited to see that. I'm excited to see John Mulaney host and then watch Dune 2 win everything. But I'm very glad with everyone that won. I'm excited to watch Dune 2 again.
All right, fair enough.
Me and Musa are going to see it tomorrow.
Well, fuck you.
It's still about to say.
You guys couldn't have waited to go see it on Saturday.
Facts.
Fuck you. I'm gonna go see the end of you.
No, clearly I didn't want to.
Yeah, he's looking at me like that. Like,
no, I wasn't looking at you. I was looking at Mikey.
All right, so.
Oh, why are you looking at the black man like that?
Yeah, why?
Yeah,
you probably
why? What did I do to you?
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Look at the
yeah, that's why.
Listen, okay.
All right, we gotta
move on.
We can't put this about me
move
right
on,
now. We gotta
move
come
on.
Come on.
Just say goodbye.
But recommendations.
Go to my podcast.
Seamus, what do you want to recommend for the people that's moving?
Read Immortal Thor.
I talked to Seamus Storm, not you.
Read Immortal Thor. Read Ultimate X-Men so it doesn't get canceled. Go see Dune 2 in theaters. Watch Shogun because that shit's great. And watch Fry Iron because that shit's also great. Maybe play a little bit of Final Fantasy VII Rebirth because that shit's also fucking great. And read more Brandon Sanderson novels because I'm reading Way of Kings right now. That shit's cooking. So those are my recommendations for everything.
Alright.
Watch the podcast, all anime, no filler. That's it.
Wow, he's just here to plug his own shit.
Hey, I said he could do it, and he's never done it.
He doesn't, but you don't have anything else you're watching or playing right now. You want
to?
Reading maybe.
Persona 4 Golden.
Ooh, yeah. Play Persona 3 Reload too.
I will soon. That too.
I cook, Mikey.
All right. All I gotta say is, Seamus already said it, but my recommendation was Shogun. Watch Shogun. It is, even though I've heard it's probably only gonna get one season, but it's become. I think
it's good.
Yeah, it's just fine.
I think it's following like the book, and it wants to end where the book ends.
Yeah, but it's just it's like
on Hulu?
Yeah,
it's on, that's how I've been watching it. I've been watching it on Netflix on Hulu. But yeah, it's phenomenal. It's the storytelling, the character arcs, the set design, the production overall, the authenticity of like future Japan is incredible. Like it's just I love it, and it's like it's like when Game of Thrones. It's Game of Thrones level when Game of Thrones was like good like
on top.
At the time. That was on top. It's so good, and yeah, seeing my boy Hiroyuki Sanada fucking eat is so great. Yeah, that's what I recommended people. Shogun, watch it. Yeah, that's pretty much it, people. So thanks to everyone who are watching this or will watch. We appreciate it. Comment, like, subscribe. Check out all of our content. I'm not gonna list them all because I'm tired of listing them all. You should just check out all of our stuff, please. We commit. You put in hard work. Go check out Storm's podcast again, All Anime No Filler, which I am on and occasionally, and Seamus is also on occasionally. That is a lot of fun. Storm, I do enjoy going on those. Just so you know, I don't want to make you think I don't enjoy.
You want to do the next episode next week?
What's the next episode?
Love is War. It's like 12 episodes.
12 episodes? Done.
Yeah,
all right.
It's easy. It's funny. It's very good.
All right. But yeah. So check. I will put the link in the description for you to check that out. And yeah, people, like, what are your thoughts on the Oscars? Did you like it? Did you hate it? Did you hate Kimmel? Did you like Kimmel? But you most likely hated Kimmel because he's not fun. What are your favorite nominees? Favorite performance? Well, no, let us know. Let us know down in the comments. And as always, people, we love y'all. We appreciate y'all. Get home safe, and we'll catch y'all next time. All right. Peace.